All right. So, who wants to recap what's happened? Because there's a lot of things that have happened.
Well, up in space, on the station,
I
Sean.
think you're too far from your mic.
Is this better?
No.
No. Let
There
me.
you go.
Is that
Okay,
better?
now you're good.
Okay. I had just moved my headset a little bit. Okay. So in space, Sean has convinced, after rolling some really awesome rolls, along with the NPC, which is now being played, whose name I am forgetting. Up on the station, they are able to gain access to Mother, to Apollo. So they're able to reconnect and reestablish communications from the station to wherever. And they have communicated to the transport ship to wait, the passenger ship to wait until they can ferry over from the station to the ship, the passenger ship. But they also, Sean also communicated down to the colony asking to bring up a transport shuttle, which he will then use to get himself off the station over to the passenger ship. And on the ground, I'll let someone else take it over.
Sure. So yeah, essentially, um, we made it out of, or at least the surviving Marines or the Marine and Nelson and Ransom all made it out of the caves, ran around being chased by the hive, and then they just got into the elevator. I think going back to what the tram headed back to the colony.
And I mean, there are two surviving Marines.
Yep.
That's true.
But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that happened there. Uh, yeah, I think Sosa, your medic, had gone down and had to be like, basically shocked back into action. Uh, one of the other one of the Marines who died had been face hugged, and he tried to pull the thing off and basically rip their face off, and so they died. So
Right.
that was fun.
Yeah, technically that was, I think, the session before.
Yeah,
But
y'all
yeah.
y'all were y'all were carrying his body for some reason though.
Uh, I think there was some debate about that, but we stopped carrying the body if we
Yeah.
did shortly after.
Yeah, you guys got chased through the ruins and through the caves to get back to the elevator, and had a little bit of a fight getting into the elevator. Ransom lost his weapon.
Weapons, plural.
Oh yeah, weapons. 'Cause, yeah, you had a shotgun at one point, and you lost that, and then you lost your pistol at the elevator. And so yeah, now y'all are heading on back up into the colony, and we'll go ahead and pick up there as you guys are heading upwards from almost being killed slash captured. So let's see. So yeah, we got uh Kent, Sosa, Ransom, and Nelson is technically there too, but we are missing a Steve tonight. We are not sure where he is. We think he got abducted by aliens.
Rip.
So, currently on autopilot this episode. Yeah, you guys are heading up. You guys are heading up the elevator, back to the rail system. From the caves, or from the mines.
Can we, like, is there any lock we can put, like, when we leave the elevator? Like any bar that would go over that we could flump in place, or
Kind of like think
crates to putting away.
kind of like think the way it's set up, like think the way that like an industrial like cargo elevator is set up, and that's pretty much what you're writing in.
Okay.
So yeah, sure, there's like, safety bars and stuff like that that you close up on it and everything like that, and there's the multiple gates that close so that people don't fall out of it all willy-nilly. But depending on how much force is put against that, it may or may not do anything.
Indeed.
But so yeah, so you guys are currently riding up. You can kind of see down into the cave for a little bit now before it kind of hits the tunnel shaft area, and you can see the 2 to 3 xenomorphs that are down there, just kind of staring up at you at the moment, hissing and snarling and all this other kind of stuff. Just kind of a distant. Let me see if I can.
Cue Kevin Bacon from Tremors.
Yes. There you go. I mean, feel free to you can 100% just yell that out at them. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Cue Kevin Bacon. Fuck you!
And then the elevator jams.
That shit.
But yeah, so you guys are heading up, and the sound gets a little bit more distant as you guys go up, and it seems that you're safe. But as anybody who has ever watched an alien movie or played a game or been in an alien game knows, that is going to be fairly short-lived.
But for the moment, do we consider ourselves in a safe space?
You would think yourself in a safe space.
All right, cool. Well, I'm gonna take whatever time I can in our transit to calm the fuck down.
Yeah, Ken's going to do the same.
Yeah. That sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, so you guys all just kind of lean or collapse on the floor and just kind of like take a breath, taking a quick breather. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes for the elevator to actually get all the way up to the surface, so you'll have a nice little quick rest that you can do to catch your breath. So feel free to remove a stress from your characters.
Done and done. I think to that effect, so it's gonna whip out that acceptance letter Gonna get to that college. Holding it tight before putting it back in game's terms using my signature item.
Yeah. Yeah, feel free to anybody else can fiddle with their trinkets or baubles or whatever they have to do the same if they feel the need.
Sure.
Now, here's a question. Does any of our do we are we able to recover any health?
So recovering health requires at least 24 hours of, not 24 hours, but like you know, a full night's rest.
Gotcha.
A
Okay.
shift. Yeah.
Just checking.
But yeah. So I mean, unless you have anything that medical wise, actually, I don't know how long you need to perform like actual healing action.
So, to my knowledge, the actual like medical aid stuff is usually used when a character is broken. To either, you know, heal them once they're broken, or if you know, they're on death's door and you're trying to keep them from dying right then and there.
All right, let's see. Medical aid is on page 71. So let's take a look at that real quick. Okay. Person health drop below 0 is broken. Apply medical aid skills. And the roll succeeds to get back on their feet. Meet a recovered number of health equal to theirs. Yep. Save a life. Most critical use of medical aid save a life. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. It would seem that that is indeed the case.
Yeah.
And everybody else. I think in this case though the medic is the only one who's like really in oh no, Nelson's actually pretty bad off. But yeah.
All the more reason for Nelson to be on autopilot.
Yeah. But I mean like just kind of taking the time to relax, you wouldn't really have any time to you wouldn't really have the ability to relax and do any kind of medical aid action regardless. So
Understood.
oops. I don't know why that did that. Yeah, you can do one or the other. You can relax or you can try to bandage something up.
I think I'm gonna chill.
I mean, I can try and bandage someone up.
That's what I mean. Like you can relax and reduce the stress, or you can try and bandage somebody up.
I mean, I used my token, and that I'll just use that and keep myself at 5, and then just try and patch people up if I can.
Okay. Well, go ahead and I'll allow you to do a medical aid roll on somebody. This won't be the same as the regular ones, but you can get one person one more pip of health if you get a success on it.
Okay.
Right. I assume that's probably going to go to the medic.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So Sosa, Ransom kind of, bandages some of your superficial injuries and cuts and bruises. And go ahead and get one pip of health.
So just chuckles. That's supposed to be my job.
Yeah, so you
Very
guys
quiet.
Yeah, so you guys eventually reach the top of the elevator shaft, and you can still kind of hear the echoes of the xenomorphs down below. You know, very faint. Very faint yells and hisses down the shaft. It's with the ambience and the reverb that happens with it, it's a very kind of haunting sort of sort of sound just kind of coming up the shaft there. But yeah, so you guys are you guys are back up there. You take the rail system back to the colony itself. And where you go from there is up to you.
Ransom is going to make straight for the Wayland Utani, or it makes he's going to he's going to make straight for Wayland Utani offices and look for what's his name, Anderton.
Okay. What about Kent and Sosa?
Kent would probably help Sosa to
The infirmary?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, couldn't think of the word for it. Yeah.
Oh, he'd also tell everyone else to like meet him at the airport in let's say 30 minutes.
Okay. All right. So you guys can just kind of pull your icons down there. You got Ransom's already actually got his on there from previous one, but Kent and Sosa, you pull your stuff on there right around the same area.
Up at the terminal.
Yeah.
Okay, I moved her down to med lab. Here we go.
And then Scott, you're in control of Sosa right now, right?
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. So then I'll just kind of drag you guys where you're going. So you drag into the med lab, and you are going to the executive offices looking for Anderton.
Yep.
Okay.
And just, I mean, when we are exiting the terminal, is what's the like immediate atmosphere? In general, just as we're getting to these various places.
There is a tense, like a general tenseness, just kind of due to recent events, but at large, it seems that everybody is kind of mostly oblivious to what's going on. So we'll start with Ransom there. So Ransom, you get to the offices looking for Anderton, but he is nowhere to be seen.
Are there any marshal deputies around by any chance?
You would have passed one probably on the way there.
I will have requested a sidearm from them, saying that mine was lost in the mines, and tell them to get back to the admin offices.
Okay. All right. Well, you have a sidearm again. Not as powerful as your hand cannon there, but it'll do.
Cool. All right, I'm gonna have to look up those stats. But if Anderton's not around, what about? I'm gonna look for the other admin.
Which one are you talking about?
Are you talking about Vargas?
Yes, the woman.
Okay. Yeah. Vargas is there. Looking rather. Actually, no, she is not in the executive office.
No, she's not.
No.
I'll ask at in the executive office if anyone there where Vargas and Anderton are.
They don't know where Anderton is, but Vargas is apparently up in the ATC tower.
I'll make a beeline.
Okay. And as you go and head up that way, so be over here. As you make a beeline there, go ahead with Kent and Sosa here as Sosa is brought to the med lab. Sosa, you're probably kind of still slightly leaning over Kent's shoulder as you walk in, and the medical personnel go, "What the hell happened to you?" As they kind of like get you toward an examination table and start kind of, poking, prodding at you.
Sosa looks to Kent, unsure if, breaking the news at this point is what should be the course of action, seeing if Kent gives a look or not.
Kent's just going to kind of give an unsure look back, because she's not going to be sure how much everyone knows about what's going on either. So I think Kent will just
judging by the look on everybody's faces, it's not a lot.
Yeah. Kent will just kind of shrug and say, "Oh, we just ran into some big issues down there in the mine shaft. There was just another small accident."
They kind of like press you as all like, "Well, what happened? We need to be able to. We need the extent of your injuries here." As again, like they start, dressing Sosa down and everything like that to get a good look at him or her.
And out of character, what exactly happened to Sosa again?
Being mauled by Xenos.
Did he get or he got stung, didn't he? Or did anyone get acid splashed?
Little column A and column B.
Yeah. Yeah, Sosa did at one point get like the stung poison, and she like was paralyzed and flopped for a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's because you never actually went down due to like HP or anything like that. You just but you did take acid damage.
Yeah.
So you've got burns on your body, and you do have a little bit of a stab wound where the Xeno's tail like punctured you, but it's not like super deep.
Kent will just kind of shrug and say, I wasn't there, but I think it looks like it was a battery explosion on one of the vehicles. I don't know. I think they're acid burns.
Technically, Nelson would probably be with you guys because he's not looking too good either.
Right.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, we dragged him in there too, of course.
Of course.
Lopped him on a bed.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so right now, mum's the word as far as what's going on.
Yeah, well, to that effect, do us as Marines still have anybody that we're reporting to, or like?
Yeah, no, like your captain is still there. Was it Frank? Is still there.
Okay.
But he's been on kind of like medical leave, as it were, due to the loss of a limb and whatnot. So like he is still technically your commanding officer, but he has been kind of he's more of a desk admin at the moment due to his condition.
Sure. Yeah, I was just gonna. I guess I'm asking that out of character. I don't want to just rope in a random NPC that used to be a PC and all that jazz, but in character, I think it would probably make sense for them to, debrief to their CEO.
Yeah, I mean, like they are still there. Like just
Gotcha.
because the player's not here anymore doesn't mean that the character's not.
Right. So I think Sosa would tell the medic to you know, uh, put a call in to, or if they can't do that, then make a call themselves basically to
Mm-hmm.
let the CO know that they're in the med lab and ready for a debrief.
Okay. Um. Well, so you get your burns and stuff patched up a little bit better uh, than just some gauze and whatnot. They kind of put that anti-burn stuff on you and the a little bit of synth skin. They say it's gonna take a few days for it to take effect. They give you some painkillers, and they pretty much send you on your way at that point because you can more or less walk.
Right on.
After a little while. Then yeah, because Nelson I think got like drugged too from the xeno poison, so he's
Similar treatment.
yeah, he's basically he's getting similar treatment.
Right on.
So I mean, after you get kind of like patched up and whatnot, you'll be able to heal. You'll be able to actually heal up when you get a good night's rest, as it were. So you guys can, if that is what your next plan of action is going to be, you can head back to the barracks to get to debrief your commanding officer.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say the next step would be debrief, but then Ransom did mention meeting up at the airport, so I think that would still follow, like after the debrief, would be to meet up with Ransom.
Okay. All right.
Or meet up at that location rather.
Yeah. You have your chain of command, and Ransom is technically not in it. That was more of a request.
Right.
All right. Well, Ransom. If we go to the right side of the map here.
Let me see. Oh, yes. I'm up there, yes. Okay, I'm going to stroll in. I'm looking for Vargas and or Anderton.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So you come up. You eventually get up there. You see Vargas with what looks like probably a perpetual vein sticking out of their forehead at this point.
Is there anyone else around?
Yeah, I mean, there's like the air traffic control and communication crew and everything like that.
Gotcha. I'm going to stroll in and just come right up to her and ask her where Anderton is.
She looks at you and is all like, about to be dead. That's where he is.
Explain that.
That son of a bitch took an unauthorized flight up to the station, and now is requesting a shuttle to come and get him.
Attention all Andromedans. This station operates
What
in linear space.
sort of I guess I don't know if this might be out of character question is like, does Ransom know what we have in terms of
Attention all Andromedans.
aircraft to get people off of this rock? I'm
Yeah,
pretty
like
sure.
there's so there are like, basically like low high orbit aircraft that go up and down from the colony to the station, because that's pretty much how everybody got here in the first place, right?
Sure.
And but that's pretty much the extent of their travel capability, right? They're meant to go up into orbit, dock at the station, refuel, come back down. And then any longer trips are meant to be on larger vessels.
Gotcha. He says, what is the situation up there?
She like kind of just throws her hands up in the air and is all like, I don't know. He won't tell me anything.
I don't believe you. I'm going to ask you again. What is the situation? Because the situation down in the mines is very bad.
All I know is apparently he got communications back up there, and the colony transport's still there.
Is it possible for Ransom to speak with Anderton, or is that right there? As I want to speak with him.
You can try.
All right, I will. I'll go ahead and try.
Okay. Guess the next question is would Anderton replied?
Anderton, this is Ransom. What is the situation up there?
Hello, Ransom. The situation is much better than the situation at the colony.
Wait, does he say that? I didn't know that Anderton knew about the shit at the colony, or did he?
Well, so Anderton knows like that there
Anderton
was
nearly killed, right? Down when we were in the catacombs of the not catacombs, but the
It's like sewers, I think, or
the
not
sewer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was part of the
yeah, there was the sewer incident, but that's the extent of what Anderton knows about what his current what has happened down at the colony. He does not know about the nest down in the mines in the ruins.
Gotcha. He says, why can't you come down yourself?
Come down where?
Back to the Earth, or back to the planet, the colony.
Why would I want to do that?
Why wouldn't you?
I just asked you why would I want to.
Well, because your boss here says that's what you're requesting.
That's Wayland Utani business. It has nothing to do with the Marshals. If you have no other questions to ask me, I think I'll disconnect.
It's your choice, but next time I see you, we won't be friends.
I didn't think we were to begin with.
Okay. I'll sign off and then I'll turn to Vargas and say, this is the situation. The alien life form has grown rampant in the mines. I don't know how long it's going to take before they make it to the colony, if they have not gotten to the colony already. So we are going to need to get as many people off of this rock as we can. Do you want to be one of them?
She just kind of looks at you and it's like, do you want to elaborate on that?
I don't know how much clearer I could be. There's a very large contingent of these beasts in the mines. We went down to find the missing people. We we found them. They were grist for the mill, so to speak. So and the few Marines that we had left are in shambles now. We have no means of preventing their spread. We have to scuttle the colony. This is what we're going to do. And I'm asking you if you want to be one of those that leaves the planet before that happens.
She looks at you and is like, Marshall, I don't think you understand where your authority begins and ends in this situation.
Is that a fact? I'm gonna look around. Is there anyone? Is there any like guards or marshals or anybody else around here? Is it just the comms folks?
Currently it is just the comms folks, you and Vargas.
I'm gonna pull out my sidearm and sort of take a look at it, and then take a look at her and say, I think you may overestimate yourself in this situation.
She looks kind of kind of shocked at that, and basically begins to spout off a whole lot of corporate speak, more or less explaining that in the event of new alien life forms discovered, yada yada yada, so on and so forth. You know, wait. The corporations basically running the colony have jurisdiction on what to do with or without the organisms, blah blah blah. Basically, trying to corporate speak her way into browbeating you.
He says, I still don't believe that you understand the gravity of this situation. And he'll cock the gun. And he'll say, I'm going to ask you again. If you want to be on the right side of this, by which I mean do you want to live? Do you have any, unless you have some crack team of anti-alien goons or whatever that I don't know about, they're going to come here. Do you want to be here when that happens or not?
She says, look, all we have to do is seal off the mine, right, and keep them contained, keep them from coming up into the colony, and everything will be fine.
Do you believe that?
She looks at you and just kind of like is staring down and is all like, if they're down in the mines, there's only one way in and out, as far as I'm concerned, and as long as that is sealed off, there shouldn't be a problem.
Do you know how big this complex is? You know how many ins and outs there are? You know, they've already made it into the colony. They had a little shindig. They had a little nest down in waste processing. Did you ever see that?
I was made aware of it, and based on the information given, it would seem that that was created on in the colony itself, and not seeped in from elsewhere.
You are being foolish if you think that you can contain this. You can't. It's beyond you now. And so I understand that you are very attached to your corporate power and your whatever it is you think you're going to get out of this, but you're not going to enjoy it because you're going to be dead one way or the other. Unless and this is the only your only real hope is to get off the colony. I'm gonna ask you again if you want to be one of the people who does, because if you don't, we can end this right here.
Look,
have
if the colony ship is still up there, that means that the previous contingent of Marines are still up there as well. We can wake them up, get them back down here, and have them do a full sweep of the area.
That's a good thing to start on, but I don't believe we have that much time. Why don't you and I can give that order. Or why don't you tell me first, what is Anderton's real, what is his real thing? What's going on here? Why is he up there? Why is he asking to be brought back down?
You know about as much as I do as far as that is concerned.
Hmm. Is there a way I can tell if she's lying?
Um, trying to think if there's a. I would think like an observation, probably observation using empathy as the main stat.
Okay. So that'd be. I'll just roll manipulation because it's basically the same.
Yeah, it's fine.
Mm. Ooh, do we want to use the weird? What is it?
Oh, you have nerves of steel, so it's gonna be
That's
minus
true.
2.
Yeah. Okay. 8.
Oh,
Is that
wait,
a?
never mind. I pinned it.
You did. So that's a tremble. So I start to sort of like twitch a little bit. And
Let me
with
check
a
the.
little bit.
I'm gonna check the alternate one real quick just to see if there's.
Sure.
Uh, it's more or less the same thing, except it's like more of a slight stutter in your voice, kind of like what you would do when you get like really frustrated and whatnot.
Yeah, he'll just be laughing, sort of like giggling to himself. He says, "Again, I don't believe you understand the gravity of this situation. Is there any reason why we couldn't say retreat to the way station above us? Don't lie to me. I'll tell you that once."
Just like out of character. So what is it that you're really trying to like say to her? Because like my brain for some reason like went in a completely different like loop.
Sure. I mean, basically, he's like trying to figure out. Um, he's legitimately puzzled why Anderton is. He doesn't know why Anderton is on the station and why he's requesting backup.
Mm-hmm.
And his
He's
plan
not requesting backup. He's
straight. He's
requesting back down. Yeah.
yeah, back down. He's but he would. His first plan was to get people. He was going to get Anderton and get Anderton's like say so to get people off of the planet, but now he's thinking there might be there's something off
Mm-hmm.
that he wants to figure out before he goes down and commandeers a ship.
Right. Um. Okay. Well, so as far as like trying to figure out if she's lying to you or not, like you don't see any of like the little normal ticks or anything like that of like somebody who is lying or whatever. Like they're not looking like the certain direction that they do when they're trying to think of something to say or anything like that. Uh she just kind of seems to be at her wits at the moment. Not quite wits end, but definitely getting there. She is trying to keep as much control over the situation as she possibly can.
And I say, well, I as I say, I don't think you have this as well in hand as you hope to be. But while I'm here, why don't we send that signal to the colony ship? Is there anybody else that we can get in touch with up in the air above us right now?
Well, the only way we can get in touch with the colony ship is through the station. We don't have direct contact with it.
Something is not right. But well, I gave you a chance. I'm going to go up after Anderton. Is there anything you want me to tell him?
She she looks at you. It's like nothing I haven't told him before. He knows damn well what he's done and that he is gonna end up paying for it.
We all pay for it. Well, best of luck to you. He'll put away his gun and he'll head down to the airships.
To the terminal and whatnot.
Yeah, I guess. If they're not there, he's going to look for them. His cohort who he said to meet him.
Yeah. So yeah, they are not. When you go down there, they are not there. I'm just gonna go ahead and drag you over there at the moment.
Okay.
As
So he'll go to admin from there, and then the barracks. I assume he would be in the barracks, but he'd check the hospital part first of the admin.
Yeah. Oh, so heading down and whatnot. When you get to the medical offices or the med lab, yeah, they're not there. Nobody is there when you get to the med lab. I mean,
Nobody.
there are medical personnel, but your Marine friends are not there.
I'm gonna ask the medical team, or before he goes there, he's gonna ask. He's look for the head marshal, or just ask them if they know any pilots, or anybody who wants to leave the planet.
Yes, in the medical team, or are you going to the marshal office? Because you kind of said both in the same sentence.
Sorry, yeah. Then go to the marshal's office before he heads to the barracks.
Okay. So marshal offices, get there. Are you going? Are you talking to? Shit, what was his name? Was it Richardson? I think it's.
Yeah, Richardson. Yeah, he's going to go to Richardson and sort of tell him very matter of factly what they found. Tell them that they need to that he's spoken to Vargas, and they need to seal off the mines, and I don't know, pray, I suppose, but he's going to go up to he's going to tell them the situation that Anderton is up in the way station, and he's going to go after him.
Well, like, so how much do you tell them? Like, what events do you tell them about? Because there was a lot of stuff that happened while y'all were down there.
Cliff Notes version, just, that we went down to look for the missing people. We found a lot of aliens, and we have. I believe that they're going to come after us. So you need to seal off as much as you can all access to the mines. Do it now. I don't really have time or desire to explain this.
Okay, so you're just giving them. There's a lot of aliens down there, and they could come up here at any time.
Yep, and see ya.
Attention all Andromedans.
Okay.
This station
So Richardson looks at you and says, like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
using hyperspace travel and
I'm not.
Attention all Andromedans.
Better
This station
He kinda
harm
puts
as
his-
many people as you can.
Yeah, he kind of puts his like head in his hand and whatnot, and it's like, Well, we can't just evacuate everybody. There's over 1,000 colonists in here, and we don't have that many ships.
My plan is to go up to the. The colony ship is docked up in the up at the way station. Correct. I'll take.
He's like, "Is it?"
That's what Vargas said. We're going to. I'm going to take the remaining Marines we have, commandeer it, and bring it back down. And if we can get as many people off of.
Yeah. So the ship itself, like you would know this as kind of like, you know, a basic amount. Of course, like the colony ship itself is not a it's not a ship that lands on planets, right? Like this is one of those things, like, you know, it was built in space on, like, you know, in a space dock type of situation, and it's not one of those ones that's meant to actually like break atmosphere and land on the ground itself. It docks at a station, loads and unloads at the station, and then goes across the stars and does the same thing at another location.
I see. I didn't know that. Okay, so in that case, you'll just be like his idea. There's something up there. I don't know what it is, but if we can make sure that it's safe there, we can start bringing people up, as many people as we can. But I think based on what I know of these things, that's the only real way to be sure that we can be safe from them, is to have hard vacuum and gravity between us and them.
He kind of looks at you, so like, John, look, we have maybe, you know, 24 shuttles max that go up and down, and they carry maybe 5 people at a time. Do you realize how long that's going to take?
Do you have a better idea?
My concern is, if you're trying to evacuate, what's going to happen to the people down here while they're waiting?
I honestly don't know. Man, this is a shitty situation that we've got ourselves in, but like I said, I don't have a better idea. We could wait for them. We don't. You know what happened to the Marines we brought down there? They're dead, or most of them are, and they are the most battle-hardened people we have on this colony. And the nice thing about these aliens is that if you've got a warm body, they will use it against us. So I really don't know what to tell you, but I have to go now. I trust that you're going to make the best decisions for everyone.
Do you wait for him to say anything, or do you just leave?
I just leave.
Okay. Yeah, he's like, you know, calling out after you to, like, you know, it's like kind of one of those things like, wait, we're not done talking kind of thing or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, ransom! As you do, like, the rogue cop movie thing of just leaving the office.
Coat flapping and all that.
Yep. Okay. And where are you heading after that?
Barracks.
Okay. Oops. That's a blank one. All right, so go ahead. I'm going to put you in right there for right now. So at the barracks, Kent, so you've made it in there already, obviously. Captain Romero is already in there. He's kind of like just sitting at, you know, the captain's desk at the moment. I think he's missing an arm, or is it,
Yeah,
or is
sounds
an arm
about
and a
right.
leg? I think he's missing
Yeah.
like one of each, actually. He was really messed up.
Yep.
But yeah, he's just kind of like sitting at captain's desk or and whatnot, and more or less kind of like filling out paperwork and incident reports and all that other kind of stuff. So as you two show up, you give your salutes and everything like that, and he just looks at you and says, and no, he definitely notices that Waller is not there with you, and it's like, what happened? What's the situation?
Joseph?
Don't all speak at once. Come on.
Wallace dead, sir. There's no good way to say this. There's a whole shitload of them down in those ruins. We just barely got out.
Oh, shitload of what? Do you need to... Come on. Details. You're Marines. Act like it.
Yeah, I think Sosa's gonna try to recount the situation, but as she starts doing so, she is just gonna go more and more into like a babbling situation.
And Kent's going to wrap an arm around her to comfort her, and then kind of take control of the narrative.
Yeah.
And give it in a very matter-of-fact way. Say that the other Marine, the other NPC whose name, what's their name?
Waller.
Mahler died in battle. We had to leave him down at the mines. We had to get out as soon as we could. We went to Medbay. We came here. There are probably dozens of those things down there. Sir.
Sosa's just muttering like, we're so fucked.
We need to be making some kind of contingency plan to either seal off the mines, set up a perimeter. We need to do something.
All right, and how do you propose we do that? We have, it looks like 2.5 Marines right now, so I'm not sure how much of a perimeter we can set up. What about sealing off the mine?
Do you have any idea how we could do that, sir?
This is PC idea time.
I mean, do we have what kind of equipment do we still have, like, as Marines? Like, do we have explosives available?
Yeah, like there's like you have like some demolitions and whatnot. A couple bricks of C4, not enough to like destroy the colony or whatever, but like enough if you needed to like level a single building type of thing.
So the entrances to the mine, is it one entrance?
Yeah, it's like it's a one big like cargo elevator.
So if we knock out of character, obviously, if we knock that elevator out, that won't have any other use other than going down to the mines, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And out of character, would that, like, if we set up C4s there, would that just essentially cause a cave-in with that elevator?
That's my hope. At least
I mean that would likely be the idea, probably. Yeah.
Gotcha. So Kent will ask, sir, can we take our whatever supplies we have of C4 explosives, line it up along the mining shaft, detonate it, and hopefully trap those things in there? Otherwise, everyone in this colony is going to be dead.
He looks at you and he's kind of like looks down at the paperwork is all and just kind of goes like,
Uh, while while he's looking at that, Sosa just because Sosa and Frank were in that had the encounter too at like that offsite in that like jungle area, right?
yeah, well,
It
yeah,
wasn't.
Kent, Sosa, Waller, Frank,
Oh yeah, I
all
guess they
them.
all did.
Yeah, they were all part of the offsite encounter.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, Sosa just gives a like a pleading look, like you know what we've been up against, kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, like he's just kind of like you can kind of like see that he is weighing the dealing with bureaucratic bullshit uh uh after you guys are obviously gonna do this on his mind right now, because he knows that as soon as you guys decide to do anything about this, that the the corpos from Wayland and UA are gonna be, down his throat about a quote unquote unsanctioned demolitions.
Right.
But there's also the whole thing that marine jurisdiction supersedes corporate jurisdiction in the event of dangerous uh, uh, dangerous situation involving extraterrestrial life, or in this case, terrestrial life.
So if we're going to do this, we need to do it now.
Yeah, do what you got to do. I'll figure out what I'm gonna tell the suits when they inevitably come down to shove their proverbial pole up my ass.
All right.
We'll take it from here, sir.
Dismissed.
So Kent and Sosa will start to load up.
Forward.
Yep.
Lots of fun.
There are obviously some reloads that you can grab for pulse rifles and whatnot from here. As I assume that you guys will probably want to do.
Yep.
Yeah. How many reloads can I have?
Yeah. You beat me to the question.
So you can load up the gun and have 2 reloads.
Cool.
Gear, lots of C4.
Yes.
Right.
Let me see here. Nope. And no, not really. Okay.
So between leaving the elevator and now, could we have reduced some stress?
You guys have been a little busy on doing that. How much time does it say you need to actually reduce stress?
I think it's only like 10 minutes in a.
It's
secure
it's a
thing.
turn, quote unquote, 5 to 10 minutes, but
Okay.
that's presuming you're in a safe space. And regardless, I feel like Sosa is just. I mean, yeah, there was a moment on the elevator, but just been.
Yeah, Kent and Sosa, you can, from being in the med bay, you can have a stress reduced during that time.
Fair enough.
I mean, loading C4 is not stressful, right? It's a great way to de-stress.
Gonna blow those fuckers up.
Yeah.
Or
It's a way to
not
relieve
well,
some stress.
All right, so you guys load up that stuff into a bag. You grab what you think you need. However, it doesn't look like either of you guys are built for demolitions, so you're not quite 100% sure.
no. Trying to remember basic training.
I
Yeah.
don't think demolitions are part of the
Nope.
Marine basic training.
Not so much.
Just saying.
But that is a oh, what's it called in the Marine Corps book? There's a demolitions expert kind of career in there. Yeah.
But that is definitely
But
not the medic.
But no, 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 not Kent.
Yeah, pretty sure that the Marine that would have been your demolitions person is dead
Hmm.
at some point or another.
Yep. And I think these characters were made before that book was released. So
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just kind of like looking at it as based on like what you would probably need for demolitions and stuff like that would probably be like the heavy machinery skill, I would probably say.
yeah.
If there, and I'm sure there's like a specific talent that will go in that probably goes into that as well, but I'm going with heavy machinery being the skill that's going to be needed for demolitions.
I mean, you stick the charge in the C4 and you put the C4 where you want it to be blown up. should be pretty good to go.
Would we have tried to swing back to get Sharp in on this? Yeah, I know, but player.
I'm gonna, yeah, no, I'm gonna say that you probably, based on the situation and mindset, I would probably end up saying no.
That's fine. We don't have time to get Sharp.
Nelson probably went back to his quarters to sleep a lot of this shit off.
Indeed.
But yeah, so you guys load up and head out. And Ransom said that you said you were gonna try to go by the barracks to find them afterwards.
Yeah, I guess I probably run into them.
Yeah, so you'll run into them when they're leaving the barracks, and they look like they're loaded up for something.
You say, it looks like you've been busy.
Collapse that goddamn mine entrance.
No, I'll accompany you. I think there's something going on with the fucking way station up in the sky. But I'd rather get your business done before we worry about that.
Yeah, if we can seal this that mine shaft, I think we'll be in much better shape.
Cool.
So
All right, so you guys head back over to the rail station, heading back to the mine shaft. And when you get to the rail station, you notice that the tram that the tram that you took isn't there.
Attention all Andromedans. This station operates in linear space-time.
Hmm.
Please refrain from using
Well, that's too bad.
communication.
Blow it up.
fuck it all.
Attention
Yeah,
all
can we
Andromedans.
collapse the?
This station operates in linear
The-
It's just a tram. Like
Please refrain from
it's
using
not like it's not like in a cave or anything like that. It's just
Ah.
it is a tram tunnel that is artificially built.
Gotcha.
It would not necessarily
Stop anything.
stop anything from coming out of the caves.
So is there like a screen, interactive screen telling us where the tram is? It coming back? Is it like the status, right?
It says it is currently in transit.
Going to or away from the station?
It is going away from the colony.
Is there a pedestrian option, like for maintenance, that runs along this?
Yeah. There's a maintenance tunnel, I guess you could say, because stuff is needed to do on that sometimes. That runs, alongside it.
Would
That's
it
it.
be quicker to take that, or to theoretically wait for it to come back and then take it again?
So it's about a 5 to 10 minute ride on basically a kind of a high speed rail.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. It would probably take about an hour of walking.
Okay. So in theory, waiting for it to get to its destination, have it come back, and then go on it again would still be significantly shorter than trying to make the walk.
Yeah. I guess
That's
depending
it.
on what on if it stays on the other side or not.
Well, sure. Yeah, I mean that's why I said in theory, because
Yeah, in
I would
in
think-
theory, yes.
yeah.
But yeah, you can do that, or you can not wait and go ahead and hoof it. Because who knows, like, who is on the other side, how many people took it down that way, who took it down that way.
Mhm.
So, player decisions.
Well, I think we should just wait.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
That's
you're the
very-
ones. You're the ones with the explosives.
Smart man. So we'll wait.
All right. Tram says that it's arrived at its side of the destination. And is just kind of waiting there.
but then come back.
Yeah, they come back, but hit it. Marshal override. Say it's official marshal business.
Can I? I do have contact.
I don't know.
It's kind of a just think of it as like an elevator, right? Like, I mean, you guys have all played Isolation, right? You know the tram system on
Yeah.
there. You hit the button and you wait for it.
Right, but in theory, hitting the button and waiting for it, it summons it. You're just waiting for it to be summoned.
Yeah.
Whereas,
You hit the button and it just gives you a message of like, tram inactive, it's basically kind of like telling you like, there are still people on the tram, loading or unloading. It is basically stopped on the other side right now.
gotcha.
You can kind of like think of it as the same. There was like, somebody's holding like, the door open button on an elevator.
Mhm.
And, that goes on for about another 10 minutes.
Good grief.
Eventually, as you like keep waiting, you see the signal say that the tram is back on its way.
fucky.
What do you mean?
I mean, who the fuck is going to the mine at this point? Unless it's like typical mine shift day. It did seem like wasn't it temporarily closed?
It was.
Yeah. So no one should be coming in or out.
I did I did notify. Well, notify is probably not the wrong word. The Whaley Utani does know about it, but I told them that
Oh, great.
they would not be able to handle this, and they won't.
Just great. Wonderful. Just fucking fabulous.
They're gonna do it anyway. Better they fuck themselves over now than later.
All right, and you can see the tram starting to come back down. It's actually, you can actually like see it in the distance, kind of coming up to the point of you, and it'll arrive in about another minute or two.
Everybody got their. I mean, we know these things are pretty savvy. We probably want to make sure that we got all our guns loaded and ready.
Oh
to
yeah,
go.
no, I'm pointing that ready to take fire at. I'm not gonna go Overwatch and shoot the first thing that steps out, but you know, I am I am gonna have myself at the ready. Would it be possible to see what's in the tram before like the doors open?
No, they're like sealed cars because they're meant to. They're meant to. In case something happens to the tunnel itself, they're meant to be able to be sealed themselves so that the outside elements don't affect the people inside the car.
Half-Life trams, these are not.
Yeah, they're not like open cars or anything like that.
Okay. Well, yeah. Short of immediately shooting at whatever steps out, I will have my gun pointed, and
Mm-hmm.
see what happens.
All right. So the tram gets there. It locks in. The door opens, and as the door opens, and one of these goddamn things barrels out at you.
The fucker. Of course it does.
Back up on the
Alright.
space station.
Very dramatic cutaway.
Nice.
And Chad, we had established that Chad was the guy's name up on the station there.
Can we take like a 2-3 minute break?
Yeah, sure.
Refill my coffee.
That's fine. I actually gotta use the bathroom real quick anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, Chad was the NPC, and then anytime you rolled for the Xeno, it was also Chad.
Take off that one and. All right, I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick, and then we'll get back to it.
back with the adventures of Sean Anderton.
Yes. Does Chad have a character sheet?
I don't
No.
know. I know when I think it was last session, Chad was going to be based off of Cham from Chariots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So whatever
Whatever
Cham.
the
Yeah.
stats were.
Yeah. I haven't formally built him a character sheet, but yes, he is Cham.
Okay.
Cham's brother, Chad,
Oh yeah.
or distant cousin.
Yeah.
Now, what I really want to know is what Timmy has been up to. We haven't heard about Timmy in quite a while.
Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully he's
We can hope. The end of this campaign, everyone's going to be dead. There'll be a bunch of Xenos running around, and then there'll be Timmy just scuttling about.
yeah, they won't bother him.
Yeah. The cliffhanger plot hook for some other campaign will be that Timmy actually turns into a David-esque character and tries to control the Xenos and expand out into space.
New breed of Xenos.
Timmy Xenos. The Roomba Xenos.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody back?
Roger, Roger.
All right. So do that. Let's go ahead and put Chad's non-existent face on there somewhere. So yeah, back up at the station. Sean, you've just gotten off the radio talking to Anderton, and all of that stuff's going
And
on.
Ransom. Yeah.
I'm sorry, and Ransom, yeah. You are Anderton. God damn
Talking to myself.
it. But yeah, so in doing all of that, Mr. Chad, you're looking at the monitors and whatnot of the areas, and you are seeing activity on some of the lower decks.
Do I know what's down there, or do I just suspect?
No, like you are seeing, like in the cameras, you are seeing some of the Working Joe synthetics become a bit more active.
Well, Chad doesn't. Chad finds this odd. He doesn't necessarily find it ominous.
Mm-hmm.
He thinks to himself, "Oh, that's strange. What are they doing? Just moving around a lot?"
Yeah, like up to this point, they've kind of just been keeping to their routines and whatnot, but now it seems that they are freely moving. It could be that they you're not quite sure what they're doing, but they seem to be they are definitely not doing what they had been routinely doing before.
So they're not like all moving in one direction or anything like that.
No, they are shifting positions in certain things, and some of them are moving out of their designated areas.
Who's gonna? I mean, so wait, do they have access to? Does he have access to Mother?
Does Chad have access to Mother?
Yeah, at this point.
I guess that would depend if Anderton decided to make the controls or whatever that he has accessible to anyone or just him.
Good question. Probably not.
I don't know. Is Anderton the type of person to leave it open for anybody to use, or is he being your typical Wayland Corpo and giving himself all the power?
He has given himself all the power.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But this is out of character. Don't we control the Working Joes through Mother?
No, you have what you have right now is kind of you don't have like overall like god powers over Mother, right? But you can access a lot of the basic functions that Mother controls on the ship. So like doors, cameras, radio, and all of this other kind of stuff. But but there are still some things that you do not have access to, which is part of the that is covered by the special orders.
I see.
So could Sean at least read what the programming would be for the Joes to see what they're doing or what they're being told to do?
you can see that the orders are basically to the effects of anomaly detected, investigate anomaly, and correct.
Okay.
Chad going to relay that to Sean.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I guess our circumstances aren't materially different than they were before.
What were they doing prior? The Joes. Just the routine maintenance.
Yeah, so the Joes were basically, you know, checking, checking gauges, making sure everything was, working properly and all that stuff. All of the routine maintenance and inspection type of things that you would have seen them doing. And but now some of them have broken off from that and have started leaving their designated areas. Specifically, they are the ones that were leaving are on deck F and deck H. So the
What do you think that-
the decks that were above and below you.
Yeah. What do you think that means, Chad?
I have no idea. But I don't like it. I mean, has Chad ever? What does Chad think of the Joes? I mean, does he?
I mean, they're tools. They've made his life, pretty easy. He get Chad's interactions with them as pretty much, passing by, making sure that, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, and that's pretty much it. Obviously, they look kind of creepy with their, completely rubberized, skin and everything like that. But, you got used to them over time.
Sure.
It is awful nice that my toaster makes toast for me.
Yeah, exactly. But I wouldn't say is like prejudice against them or anything like that, or as though like, goddamn androids taking my jobs kind of thing.
Indeed.
But yeah, so that's what's happening there. Thoughts, concerns, actions that you would like to do, or is Chad and Anderton gonna just keep hanging out with what they're doing?
What is the out of character? What again is the situation with the shuttle on deck F? You remind me.
So it was locked off.
Yes.
But with the access that you have gained to Mother, you would be able to access it now.
Okay. But Chad is not a pilot, correct?
Chad is indeed not a pilot.
Which is the reason why we called for a shuttle to come up from the colony.
Correct.
Yeah. Hopefully with Yoki on board. Chad? Is there anything we can do to make our exit from this deck down to the loading dock, to the boarding ramp, easier?
Well, I mean, there's going to be, I guess, I mean, aside from like the maintenance shafts, which you wouldn't really trust, there's no way to like vent or anything, I'd imagine. I don't know if Chad would know anything.
I mean, like, what you see on the map there is pretty much what there is. Like, there's no, like, alternate routes or anything like that to get down there. It is the center shaft, and that's pretty much it.
And the only way out is through.
So how are we going to get down there, Chad? Just by chance? Luck?
Man, you think if I knew that, I would still be here?
Well, two minds are better than one.
Well, you have the access to Mother. You can do more than I can.
But what should I do, Chad?
Why are you asking me?
No. I guess. So Sean is going to try. Well, I guess it's not really trying. He has complete control system to start locking down the entryways to the stairwell from the other floors, with the exception of C. So basically, he wants to make it so the stairwell is locked and things cannot get in from the other decks to the stairwell. Does that make sense?
I'm following you.
Okay. I hope you follows me too.
You cut out there for a second.
I hope Peter's also following what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I get. I'm just.
Okay. Okay.
That's.
So is that doable, Peter?
No, I don't want to say that. All right, so you want to basically close off the central stairwells and everything.
Yeah.
Okay. So I went ahead and
So-
I went ahead because it's not on the map. It didn't get put on the map here, but I put the little transit tunnel map piece in the Discord chat there.
Okay. Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah, so just kind of like the way it's set up, you know, there's an open stairwell that goes all the way up and down it, and then there's the elevators.
Okay.
So what you could cut off as far as like transit goes would be like the elevator shafts.
Okay. And do you think that would make our route safer to get down to the docking arms?
I mean, you would just be taking the stairs essentially.
Yeah. But what I wanted to do was to close entry to the stairs, or close the other deck's entry to the stairs. So things
Well, that's
could not
what I'm
egress.
saying. Like,
Yeah.
So if you look at this, like, well, I guess technically there's not doors on any point here, on any real point of the map, I guess. So whether or not things have doors on them or not is suspect.
That's fair. Okay.
Um. So the way that I've been playing it right now is like the 4 points, like the 4 opening points, have just been that, like they're open, right?
Okay.
That's the way I've been playing it this entire time.
Okay. So
And
there's no. Okay.
yeah, and what had happened on this floor is that they had barricaded those points,
Yeah. Okay.
so that people can get in, and because remember you had to like take off the barricaded
Yeah.
stuff to get up into here.
And to squeak through.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the way I've been playing it this whole time.
So from Mother, can Sean see if there's any transports leaving the colony heading up this way? Would there be sensors on the station to detect that?
I mean, you are in the communications like area of the tower, I believe. Let me check actually the map that actually has what
right.
everything is thing. Okay. So J is the comms platform, the very top, and that's where you'd be able to basically get that kind of information.
So they couldn't be fed down to Mother?
Mother could probably access it. If you
roll.
Yeah, if you want to try and like reroute the information from JDEC down to this one. Okay. So you do that. You're able to reroute the information from the comms deck to where you are, which is operations and whatnot.
Yeah.
But you do not see that there is currently any signals from any shuttles coming from the colony coming up yet.
Do we need to do anything else to prep for the shuttle tour?
I mean, there's usually like pre-flight stuff that needs to be done, in which one of the working Joes that is on that deck would probably normally do. If the pilot wasn't available.
Can the Joes pilot?
Theoretically, they probably could, but you're not sure if any of them are actually programmed to do so.
Right. I mean, the thing is that Joes are like, at least from what I understand in the books, they're like Bluetooth devices. If they go too far from their Apollo core, they just like shut down. So unless they're like connected to the ship that they're ostensibly piloting, like they can't really do anything.
Yeah, that would be bad. Have our pilot shut down on us. Yikes. Chad, is there any kind of other prep we should be doing, do you think?
Nothing that comes to mind. I just hope you're right about this.
I don't think we have much of a choice. Unless you want to try a pilot.
What about you talk to the people on the ground, right? What'd they say?
They said that they would be sending someone up shortly.
Well, can we just sit tight then?
That's probably our best option.
Well, then, okay.
Do you have a deck of cards, Chad?
We got a. Yes, we do.
All right. Let's play something.
So as you pull a deck of cards and you start like figuring out what game you're gonna play. You start hearing some rattling from the central area where everything is barricaded.
Is everything okay out there?
Or yeah, from the transit tunnel area, you start hearing like the debris that is being stacked up there start kind of rattling and shifting.
What's going on out there?
And you kind of hear this kind of the muffled but distinct speakered voice of Working Joe's saying, obstruction detected. Attempting to remove obstruction.
That's no good.
Damn it, Joe's.
See if you can get Mother to make him back off.
Okay, let's see what we can do. Does Chad have any ComTech? I can't
Let me see.
I think Chad is using Chad's stats from, was it Chariot?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think he's a heavy machinery guy more than Comtech. Well, let me check. Have something.
pretty sure even if Cham, or even if he had any, they would pale in comparison to.
Yeah, he's got Comtech 1.
Well, I can still use that one on my roll, though. Right?
I guess so, yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure how Chad would actually be able to help you in this situation, though, because, like, the Mother's Terminal is like a one-person thing.
Well, he can sit on my lap. It's very simple, Peter. Very simple.
I
Or we
believe
just
you made
wanna-
this. I believe you tried to make this argument last time. It also didn't
I
work.
did, and it didn't work. First you don't succeed, try again. All right, so Sean's going to crack his knuckles and try to really get access to control the Working Joes through Mother.
Okay.
Wowzers.
Mm-hmm. And no pushing on that one.
Do I let's see.
Used up all your luck. Time.
Well, I do have. I also have Nerves of Steel, so that would make that a 1. I do have a story point I could use.
Okay. So I'm gonna save you the story point here, and
It's just the way.
well, I don't remember what the special order number is that I put on there. It is basically you are not able to override the functions of said special order in this case. Because as you start to try and do it, it basically kind of like blocks you at a certain point, saying that special order, it's insert number here, requires anomaly to be investigated.
Oh my God. Is it just one Joe?
You can hear that there's maybe 2, possibly 3 on the other side there that are trying to remove the debris barrier that you'll have erected in there.
And can you tell them to stop?
Stop?
Possible trapped crew detected. Removing obstacles.
I don't like the way this is going.
Joe's. We're not trapped. We're trying to stay safe.
I don't think they're going to listen to you.
Well, let me tell
You are acting hysterical. Please remain calm.
I'm hysterical.
Is there a way out of this spot rather than the way the Joes are?
Nope. The way that this station is kind of laid out is the entrance and exit to each floor is through that central terminal.
Seems like a fire hazard to me. In any case.
Right, corporate.
You are corporate.
Oh yeah. File a complaint.
Well, I guess he's gonna let Anderton know in certain terms just how strong these things are. So to be be ready to fight.
Do you think they're going to kill us?
I think the difference is academic. They're gonna open up our hidey hole, and even if they just make sure that it's open, we've got an open door now. But I don't. You know what? I don't like the. I just don't like the timing of this. I don't think anything good's going to happen. Do you?
No. And I don't know where else we could go. I don't know the station.
There's really nowhere else to go. So if there's anything on hand to drink, Chad is going to drink it.
Yeah, there is the last gulp of a cognac that Chad had stashed away, sitting on the counter. It's really nice one too. Goes down really smooth.
He makes a toast and says, "To Waylon Utani," and they're just down the hatch.
Oh my god.
And we'll go ahead and end the session there.
With a cliffhanger.
A double cliffhanger.
On
Indeed.
both fronts.
Mother, stop the Joes. No.
New.
All right. Well, since Scott went ahead and pinned the XP
Yeah, it only took me a
thing.
year to think about it.
Yeah, right. So now that that's been, we can just kind of look at it. So, everybody who participated gets an XP for the session, obviously.
Word.
Risking or sacrificing something to further your personal agenda. Nobody really did that. Risking your life for buddy PC. Nobody did that. Counts of rival. Nobody did that. Panic roll. Ransom and Sean made a panic roll, so we'll get that one. Dangerous event using violent or non-violent means. No real dangerous events happened this session. Significant discovery or revelations. Not really. Extraordinary actions. Not really. And no money was earned this session either, so... Low XP sessions, only really like 2 points for some people and 1 for pretty much everybody there. That may or may not still give people that 5 XP point, 5th XP point though. So I think a lot of people were at like 4.
I was at 4.
I have 2, so no worries.
I'm sorry, I was at 3, so I'm at 5.
Yeah,
Sean
so Ransom Ransom and Sean should have gotten 2 this session, and all other characters would have gotten 1.
Yep.
So 2 sessions ago, Sean attempted to pilot that shuttle,
Mm-hmm.
can I spend those 5 XP into putting 1 point into
You have to be successful at your roll to get that.
Oh, is it?
Let
thought
me
so.
let me check the
I don't know.
let me check spending XP on skills at 0. See if it's just
Just
that
in
you have
case, it's a definite no.
difficulty, post rolls, the actual skills, that's talents. Maybe in the character section. Skills, talents, stress, health, name, appearance, personal agenda, gear, encumbrance, consumables, experience. Okay, here we go.
Oh, yeah. It's you have to be successful and succeed during the session, or been instructed
Yeah.
by a teacher for at least 1 shift. And neither of those would be.
Yeah, so use a skill and succeeded during the session.
That's a big old no. Or as Bugs Bunny would say, no.
No. All right. Well, do you want to just bank the X? Is anybody going to spend your points to try and increase skills or anything like that?
I do not have the required points yet, so that is a negative for me.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Okay. All right then. Well.
Tune in next time.
Yep. Tune in next time to see what our quote unquote heroes will do next.
Indeed.
Good old protagonists.
Yeah. It's like they may be the protagonists, but they are not necessarily heroes.
Indeed.
The Marines are going to be heroes.
Yeah, we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, and actually, if presuming Steve makes it next session, do you think? I mean, I guess it's up to him, but do you think it might make sense for Steve's character to have just conveniently joined us?
I mean, we'll discuss it and basically see, like, you know, what would your character have done in this situation?
Sure. Yeah, I guess we'll see what Steve wants to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Cool.
other than that, we'll go ahead and pick up the obvious conflict that is about to go down on either end next session.
Awesome. All right. Have a good night.